All right, guys, today we are going to talk about hunter loot and a hunter BiS list for survival hunters, absolute BiS, as well as actually looking at an alternative BiS list, mostly focused on not having any of your actual like hard mode loot, because hard mode loot is hard to get, and realistically, even if you do kill the boss, it drops one item and you might fight some people for some pieces, some big pieces, which we'll talk about in a second. Although I do think 10-man hard mode loot should be on your alternative BiS list still, because you should be able to figure out a 10-man group that can kill the hard mode. So this is your full BiS list for survival next phase. Ignore this number right here, and you might notice that you have 0 tier gear in your BiS list for next phase if you're going for full BiS, but there's a reason for that. The offset items are so strong, you're mostly having all of these 252, 252. Embrace of the Gladiator is absolutely cracked, 252. Boundless Gaze, also insane, 252. These gloves are nutty, but they come off of XT hard mode, which is really hard. So let's just like break down this current BiS list. In your helm, you're gonna have Boundless Gaze. This comes off of Algalon in 25-man. That's gonna be hard for most guilds to clear early on, but this is your full BiS, right? Pendulum of Infinity from hard mode General Vesax. Also, this is gonna be a contested item against like a few other people. I don't know if I have it. Look at how many people have it. So right now for Jordy and Pummel's guide, it has BiS for many. We like Hunter first because they don't get a lot of other contested items. So that's good. That's actually a good thing. You might actually get it early because you might lose prio on things like Embrace of the Gladiator. It's hard to justify giving the Hunter right away Embrace of the Gladiator. This is a huge item. Thorm hard mode, very easy hard mode to do, but you might not have early on priority on it. Now, Drape of the Faceless General, this is from 10-man hard mode, and so I leave this on your alternative BiS because I again think 10-man hard modes are something you should actually make sure you're doing. Fluxing Energy Coil, also 10-man hard mode, which means something that you probably should be doing. There's some alternatives, and actually I don't want to go into the alternatives yet. Dreambinder, and you're probably actually giving the first Dreambinder to your Feral Druid. You're probably running only one Feral Druid, and he's probably your off tank, so this is a big upgrade for them. Skyforge Crossbow, also Algalon weapon. Moving on, your gloves are going to be from XT hard mode. You're probably not going to kill XT hard mode, at least early on, until you have a little bit more gear. It will become a very easy hard mode, but it is one that most guilds, I would say, like, unless they've tuned it again, everyone should skip. Soul Devouring Cinch, this is from Yogg, 10-man hard mode. Almost every physical DPS needs it, and it's also, I don't know if you can see this behind my face. Okay, this gives you expertise. This is a leather belt that gives you expertise. It's still your BiS. This is basically Vash Belt 2.0. The only catch is that it's from 10-man, so you can get it. You will be able to get it, but you are also fighting against like most DPS classes that want it. Look at the agility, 97, 2 sockets, which turns into 3, obviously, because it's a belt, and all of the sockets are red, which means you're gonna instantly get that socket bonus, which is 12 attack power. This thing is crazy. It's very, very solid. Leggings of Cunning Deception, Yogg Saron hard mode 25-man. This thing is also a very large upgrade, but again, it is something that you're fighting everyone else for. Hard mode Yogg is one of the easier ones, but you probably don't have prio on this. I'm just gonna kind of drop that right now. I would highly suggest you don't have prio on this item, so don't anticipate getting this early. So we'll talk about the alternatives in a minute. Your boots. Now there is a very, very, very easy alternative, but your boots also are from Steelbreaker, which is the hardest version of Iron Council hard mode, but your full BiS boots are Greaves of the Swift Vengeance, and then your rings are double Algalon 10 and 25-man rings, and you're still using Dark Moon card Greatness, and you are moving into getting Dark Matter. Now, Dark Matter Algalon 10-man is probably an item you realistically could get. You could sub in early on Mjolnir Runestone if you're not like griefing a class that Giga needs Mjolnir. That is your full BiS. Now, if we were to look at some easy and realistic BiS, not looking at any 25-man hard modes, we move over to this list. You'll see that there's a couple items that are still here. In particular, you have Drape of the Faceless General, that is still here. This is from 10-man hard mode Vesax. You have the belt from 10-man hard mode Yogg Saron still here. We also have the bracers still here. Again, another 10-man hard mode option. If you're looking at a very easy alternative to your full BiS list, would be to slurp up 4-piece actual Conqueror. So your 4-piece set bonus is 600 attack power for 15 seconds, but it has a 45-second ICD. That means a 30-second downtime of it. It is pretty decent, and all of these actual tier pieces are mostly the next best item. There are some pieces that, like, alternatively you could get another item, but if you end up using these set bonuses, this is just an easy alternative. Most of your items aren't ridiculously contested. If you look at like your BiS, Boundless Gaze kind of, but the big ones are really going to be like your chest and your legs. You should be able to get Gloves of the Steady Hand when you start killing it. Looking at this, the 4 pieces I have for you getting as your easy set is the helm, chest, leggings, and gloves. Reasoning for that is because these gloves are absolutely insane. The Gloves of the Steady Hand, they are crazy strong, but caveat is that that is from XT hard mode, and that is a very hard one to get. Now, Mantle of Fiery Vengeance is a simple one from Flame Leviathan hard mode. Your Seed of Budding Carnage is nice from Freya 10-man because it's got hit on it, and you are looking at like getting some hit. There's also an alternative. You can get like your badge trinket, which is like cheap until you get Pendulum of Infinity, but you might have a little bit of prio on Pendulum. And General Vesex hard mode is a time sink, but it's not necessarily the hardest of the hard modes. It's more of a time sink, getting used to the fight, bringing the right composition. Faceless General, you're still using. Flexing Energy Coils. Your alternative weapon would be Lotrafan. You're also getting a 10-man hard mode for your alternative ranged weapon. 10-man XT hard mode is ridiculously easy. You shouldn't even have to pay attention to kill the heart, and you'll get it. So you will clear it. Lotrafan, yeah, sorry, this is normal. It is normal 25-man. And then the leggings, another huge upgrade is Leggings of Cunning Deception, but having prio on that, and as well having prio on Embrace of the Gladiator, is going to be a hard thing for you to kind of justify. Even though hunters are really strong next phase, there's a lot of people contesting you for those items in particular. Boots of the Living Scale are BOE. Slurp it up. Easy to get. As for rings, the easy rings are from 10-man Steelbreaker, as well as 10-man Algalon, which maybe I should have changed this to not have 10-man Algalon. Ring options are actually really, there's a ton of ring options. There's always a ton of ring options. So it's something that like you look at what you can get, and it's gonna be an upgrade for the most part. Like everything's gonna be an upgrade, just how big of an upgrade is it? Dark Card Greatness, another one you're using, and Dark Matter, you're kind of aiming for it. I know I still have it as Algalon, but I would aim for Dark Matter. And if you can get 10-man Algalon down, you're usually rolling against like one other person for your contested items. There you go, guys. That's a full BiS list, and as well as a full realistic and easy to get BiS list for survival hunters for next phase. And if you guys want to see me do this for rogues, I'm doing it off stream, as well as a breakdown of all of the actual loot prio for all physical DPS classes. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be working on that this weekend. Anyways, guys, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all on the next one.